Live from the Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts. This is the YouTube channel vlog show in which video games, flash game show gameplays, along with sports and wrestling news are the norm. This is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here's the host of the show, the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What is going on? Live from my Big Beefy Man Cave here in New Bedford, Massachusetts. I am the perpetrator of the shenanigans of 1977. That's me. Yes, you're watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. I am your host of the show. What's going on up in here? Again, October the 15th, 2022, 3:24 p.m. And thank God, again, I'm going to say this, these harrowing 2 weeks are over. Hopefully I can get back mentally on the right track. Like I said, I've been suffering from MVB, mental and verbal botchamania. That means anything I attempted to do to set things right, and when it comes to real life situation and drama, I end up screwing everything up again. So, and, you know, thank God you got friends that tell you and advise you to do what you what you think you should do. And sometimes some friends can confirm your first original instinct, and that's what I like too. Because when they tell you to do something, you're like, "That's my first original instinct. Thank you for confirming it for me." So that's why I like. It's great to have friends, good friends, and good people. So sometimes, you know. It's been crazy. It's been crazy, but thank God it's almost about over. Work was crazy. Online craziness has been going on. Home has been okay. Home has been all right. I mean, home is really cool. All right, but we're trying to run a Rampage here right now. Last night we're going to talk about AEW Rampage, and as you know, Renee Paquette, formerly known as Renee Young, is now a member of the AEW roster as a backstage interviewer. Claudio Castagnoli and John Moxley of the Blackpool Combat Club took on the Butcher and the Blade with Bunny at ringside, and Claudio Castagnoli and Moxley won the matchup. Moxley dressed as Adam Page, who was watching the matchup, as they're going to fight this Tuesday for the champion. That's right. Because of the baseball playoffs in TBS, the AEW will be moving to Tuesday. And that means there will be a battle with NXT. Here we go again. Renee Paquette interviews Swerve and Our Glory. Renee Paquette interviews the Dark Order. And that dummy Jose, I know Jose and Andrade, they should give up. And Roosh, they should give up in trying to recruit Preston Vance. He's saying, and so they'll be facing each other next week in a matchup. But then another hand came in as they were huddling for as they were huddling for let's go 1, 2, 3, Team Dark Order. But then Stu Grayson has returned to AEW, has returned to the Dark Order. And it's great to have Stu Grayson back. And it's really exciting. Jericho Appreciation Society addresses the Toronto crowd. And as Jericho has been running his mouth about being Ring of Honor World Champion. But the Ring of Honor 6-man World Tag Team Champions, Dalton Castle and the Boys, interrupt the Jericho Appreciation Society. Dalton Castle has issued a challenge to Chris Jericho for that title. That match will be happening at Dynamite next week. Going to be a fun matchup. Meanwhile, women's action. Nyla Rose took on Anna J.A.S. And Nyla Rose has absconded with the TBS Championship that Jade Cargill is the current champion of. And Jade Cargill and the Baddies try to get her belt back. Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero, and Marina Shafir, who's looking very gorgeous, Roderick Strong, you're a lucky man, escaped with Cargill's belt once again. Ethan Page took on Isaiah Cassidy one-on-one. Page did win the matchup. did win the matchup. Mark Henry interviewed the Pinnacle and the Embassy in a trios match at the Pinnacle with FTR champions and the returning Shawn Spears against the Embassy, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony. And that is Khan and Tona Leona. And so they had that. They had the matchup. The Pinnacle win the matchup. But it was not over yet. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, some contracts in Impact Wrestling were up among the members of the Ring of Honor. Vincent's contract was being up, as well as, I think the Kingdoms were too, but the Kingdom, that's right, the Kingdom has arrived on AEW. Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, along with Maria Kanellis, and they were challenging FTR for both the Ring of Honor and the IWGP Tag Team Championships. Remember, the Kingdom held those titles. You know what? Here's the funny part. Adam Cole was a member of that Kingdom one time. But we don't know his future because we're heard concussions. We know he may not come back. This is going to be a very interesting situation when Adam Cole gets back, if he comes back. I'm hoping he does, because this is going to be a quandary he's gotten himself into right now. You got Bobby Fish going to Impact, so you got only him and Kyle O'Reilly. Will he join the Kingdom? Will he rejoin his Kingdom mates? Because he was part of the Kingdom when they were at Ring of Honor. This is going to be a very interesting situation, to say the least. But then, and then the NBC attacks the Pinnacle from behind, but the Kingdom decided, we want in on this. And then as Shawn Spears and FTR were being attacked, War Joe came in and started charging after them, and then everybody retreats. Now, I want to get, I just watched a little bit of footage from after what happened on Rampage last night. Shawn Spears decided to address the Toronto crowd because it took place in Toronto, and he found out that a couple of months ago, he said that he had a lot to do, and a couple of months ago he lost his mother, and my condolences and prayers go out to Mr. Spears and his family, and then finding out. And then he decided he was pulled so many different directions. And he was helping his wife, Cassie Lee, get ready to be a mother for the very first time. In fact, he said he announced to his mother, because she was the first person to hear this, that she was going to be that he was going to be a father for the very first time, and that she was going to be a grandmother. And I'm just very, very sad for Shawn Spears, because I know in the back of his mind that his mother won't be able to hold his baby boy. It's going to be a baby boy. And so that his mother won't be able to hold her grandson for the very first time. And that's a sad thing. When you lose someone you love, it's very, very, very difficult to try to pick up the pieces, But it's a challenge, but it is a challenge mentally for a lot of folks out there who've lost their loved ones, And it's like, where do we go from here? That's the question that sometimes a lot of folks are asking. And, so Shawn Spears, congratulations to Mr. Spears and his wife, Cassie Lee, for having their first child, a baby boy. And I'm hoping that young child will be iconic and inspirational. So that's why, I think, and I remember he goes over to Dax. He goes, Dax, if I can be as half as good a father as you have been to Finlay, I'm going to be all right, he says, which is so super cool, And these, just, seeing Samoa Joe, he said, these four men I admire and respect. It was so super cool to see the Pinnacle back. I kind of hope that MJF does follow the suit, and if the firm turns on MJF, you got three other brothers waiting for you, young man. That's all I'm going to say. And the addition of Samoa Joe would have been great. So, yeah. So you're talking about Rampage going very, very well, and there we go. I'm having fun. I'm having trouble with this, but I got it now. I got it straight. I get it straight. Maybe something here. No. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this whole thing. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens this coming Tuesday. We've got Tuesday Night Wars, NXT, and AEW. You know what this means? I may have to do a lot of channel changing back and forth while trying to talk to my friends online. I'm going and taking notes. I don't know what the heck is going to happen, but one thing's for sure, life is crazy. Oh, the beauty of having a new room. You can slide in wherever you want to go while sitting down, you know. And yeah, I got to be very careful that I don't fall on my butt or on my head or anything like that, because we don't have any. I don't have a soft area here to do that in. So if I have to, I was like, somebody get me, saving me to bed, because I see when I watch both of myself and I see poor Gary keep falling down and tripping over. At least he's got a soft spot. I don't. So I'll probably take more bumps and bruises than Mick Foley in the Hell in a Cell match back in June of '98. But I digress. As you know, both of the stuff will be happening this Monday, and as you know, my friend Jerome Latimer and I were ping-ponging back information on the Facebook Messenger about 20 of the greatest MLB stars, because in his opinion, the list that ESPN has is not to his liking. Let's just say that. So I've been given credit by him. So check it out. I'll be watching, and I had some more ideas for another one. Another player that I forgot, Jim Thome. Oh, Romy can hear me. Jim Thome. Yeah, Jim Thome. I forgot about him. So yeah, I had so many ideas for many possible names. I don't know, it's Cal Ripken, Jim Palmer, Fernando Valenzuela, Mike Schmidt was another one. I would go Dale Murphy, I think, and Eric Davis for the Reds. Holy Lord, there's a lot of folks. But Romy has his 20 guys, 20 players together. He'll announce them this Monday on Both of Us on the Sofas. Can't wait to watch it, and hopefully you guys will tune in. It's going to be crazy this week. Let me tell you something. This week's going to be crazy with wrestling going on and everything else. Halloween's coming up. Here's some big news as well. Like I said, the physical copy for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge for the Switch will be coming out at the end of this month. I thought it was going to be in November. I know it's going to be the end of this month. Amazon's been informing me about it. Can't wait to get it, even though I have it digitally. So I don't know if I'll be playing any Nintendo Switch Sports for the time being, because I think servers are down, something online stuff. There's some bugs going on. I'm hoping to get it back on track, because I want to play some bowling and I want to show that off. But for now, though, I do have the rest of October lined up for Saturday Superstar. As you know, today, later on, I'll be playing some Sunset Riders per request of Psycho Mike Wilson, a.k.a. Mike Psychopath the Legend. Check out his channel, please. He's a very, very good guy with a good heart, and friendly guy with a friendly heart. And also, he's on one of the co-hosts of the Bumbling Bozos. That'll be coming up tonight. Oh, by the way, another special happy birthday going out to Mr. David St. Dennis. So later on today, I'll be playing some Sunset Riders for the Saturday Superstar Arcade. Next week, it will be Night Warriors, Night Slashers, which is a side-scrolling beat-'em-up game along the lines of Final Fight meeting Castlevania. And so that's next week, the 22nd, before Halloween Havoc, mind you. Before Halloween Havoc, and the 29th, 2 days before Halloween, Night Warriors Darkstalkers Revenge, courtesy of the Capcom Funny Collection from the Nintendo Switch. I never thought I would say Darkstalkers and Nintendo in the same sentence, but Capcom Funny Collection gave me the ability to do so. So I'm really excited about it. So that's it. That's all the time we have on the show. Episode 88. 12 more episodes to episode 100. So I may even break 100 by the end of this month. Who knows for sure? Nate Knight may be right about that. Nate Knight may be right. Great. That's a line. Uriel, Ibarra, I apologize. So, anyways, until the next episode, please, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, tour for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bumbling Bofo Raver Telepictures and Distribution. See you next episode, and have a very blessed day.